Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to part 2 for the week of April 11th. This is part 1 right here. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, it is linked up in the description down below. But we're just going to see what we have going on here. With the 9th house exploration card, you have this Pisces card, and it says sensitize on it. Queen of Cups, your last card, all about feeling something. And I really feel that's going to be very important for you, like your feelings, how you feel about things this week. So I'd make sure, literally, that if you're moving towards something, that you're feeling it. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. If you're feeling it, do it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I'd be doing. With the Page of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, definitely a passionate new beginning coming in for you. I do feel like this could be love, and you could be taking a leap of faith towards a person in love here with this energy. I feel like you're afraid of repeating the same old mistakes with that Nine of Swords, but we'll see how this goes. For others, the Page of Cups, again, he's normally holding that cup out that has a fish in it, and that fish could be a dream. The Ace of Wands can just be something that's inspiring, and I've said it to everybody else. I think the hardest part being alive right now is that I feel our guidance is more coming in through inspiration. It's like, if you just feel inspired to do something, there's nothing really solid behind that other than a feeling, right? So we really need to move towards our inspirations, and that's what I feel like that card is saying. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Hierophant is a card of learning, and is also like the connection between heaven and earth. He is the bridge between heaven and earth, or the universe and the earth. So I really feel that you're kind of like grounding a new reality at this time. I feel like the leap of faith that you're taking is it's like you're hoping that something is going to be better. Normally, I say the grass is not greener on the other side, right? But this is one of those situations where if you're making a change and if you have really thought things out, Seven of Pentacles is really thinking things out. It's very analytical. It's very kind of like thinking, okay, I have this situation over here, and there's potentially a new situation over here. It's like, what are the pros and the cons? Maybe you need a pros and a cons list, and maybe you need to say, like, what's different between these things, right? And I would be paying very close attention to that because, again, I feel like it's important with this energy. With the Magician, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want in your life. Ten of Pentacles is normally the tree of life. It is a card of success and abundance and just good things coming in for you. It's a card of building and leaving a legacy. So I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you. It's like this is what you're manifesting, is a lot of success. With the Grasshopper, you have the Nightingale spirit. This card says love is all around. So there is clearly there's plenty of love available to you at this time. This card always tells me also that there's probably like you are capable of much more than you realize, and I feel like you need to realize that. I have another deck, and the Nightingale is like a tiny little bird on the other deck that I have, and it's sitting on a gigantic egg. And to me, it kind of says that you are capable of accomplishing much more than you realize. And remember what I was saying in the first reading. I see this as a reading of the difference between the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles here, for whatever reason. That's what I'm getting intuitively, and I feel like you're moving more towards a Nine of Pentacles life, much more abundant. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands. That Nine of Swords, I definitely feel is saying, get out of your head. Like I said in the first reading, you have a choice whether you are the bug or the windshield. I would choose to be the windshield in this situation, is what I would say to you here, Sag. With the Four of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands definitely says don't give up on something. Nine of Wands is like trying again. So, like I said, I feel like for some of you, you're wondering, like, should you remember what I just said at the beginning of this reading? Like, should you give love another shot? Should you give your business idea another chance? And I would say yes, for sure. With this Nine of Wands energy, I would make sure that you're giving something another shot, another chance, because I feel like it'll be very successful for you. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, like I said, I would focus on what you're good at this time. I really feel that your focus is incredibly important in this reading. I feel like you need to be focused on like joy, happiness, abundance, but also like your desires. You have all these Pentacle cards. Looks like it's going to be a very good money week for you. So I really like to see that. With the Pig and the Camel, you have the gavel here. It says involvement with the law, and you have the knot. It says unsuccessful plans. Again, I feel like number one, these cards are like overly negative, but number two, I feel like the unsuccessful plans are from the past. So, I feel like you need to release the fears of situations from the past because I feel like that Nine of Swords could be the thing that is really holding you back this week, and I would be careful of that. With the Six of Cups, you have the Justice card. And if you're involved in something legal, I feel like there will be justice coming in for you here. Number 2, this could be karmic justice with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like something from the past, but I feel like you could be getting justice with the Justice card, obviously. I would also say that if you're making a change, if you're going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, if you're hoping that the grass is greener on the other side, Justice card reminds us that we can try something. It reminds us that we can just put a little bit of energy into something and then we wait. We don't have to dive head first. I think that the Justice card says, it's cause and effect. It says put a little bit of energy into something new. If it works, if you get a little bit of energy back, put a little bit more in. It's kind of like this equal give and take. Not really equal give and take. It's more like tennis, like a tennis match. You hit the ball over, the situation that you're involved in hits it over. Doesn't matter if it's love, money, a business, a new job. It's like whatever you're doing, you can try it just a little bit, see what happens. And I feel like that's a good option. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Emperor. This is like following a plan. The Knight of Wands, he's in the desert on that card, but he's willing to go on an adventure anyway. He can represent inconsistent energy, but he can also represent like spontaneous energy. He is very spontaneous. He's willing to kind of like see how things go. He's willing to try things, and I definitely feel that energy for you here. Could be love coming in for you. Again, I would be careful of anyone who is inconsistent. I would judge people based off their consistency. It's like if you're dealing with a person and they're consistent right off the bat, then you can trust that they're going to be consistent. I feel like people really do show us their true colors right away. Sometimes we just ignore it. And I'm definitely getting that for you here, where it's like, trust the evidence, which is a message I've been getting all year for everybody. So I would trust the evidence for sure. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can be a separation, but it can also represent taking a risk. And I definitely feel like you are taking a risk at this time, again, to see if the grass is going to be greener on the other side in some sort of situation. With the Five of Swords, I always say go for it, take the risk, because the worst that can happen is that you just separate away from a situation in your life, and it's like you can always start back over. So to me, it's not that big of a deal, but I would say this is definitely kind of like one of those readings that's encouraging you to take a risk. And you have the Queen of Wands as well. The Queen of Wands is a risk because the Queen of Wands, on a traditional Queen of Wands, she normally does not have any salamanders on her cloak. The Page, the Knight, and the King, they all have salamanders on their cloak, and the salamanders in the tarot, it represents protection from fire. So it's like they are protected from being burnt, or they're protected from risk. And so I feel like some of you, this is definitely kind of a risk. I'm going to pull an extra card for this last row. You have the Squirrel Spirit, says believe in yourself. That goes back to the Queen of Wands. She really doesn't care what anybody thinks about the things that she's doing in her life. She's willing to take a risk. She's willing to see how things go. And I feel like you need to believe in yourself at this time. Same thing with that love, the Nightingale Spirit. It's about believing that you can handle something. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Empress. You have the Emperor and the Empress right here. So if you're looking for love, some of you could be attracting love into your life, could be a divine counterpart. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. To me, this is just the energy that is around it. Some people read Emperor, Empress as like power couple vibes. So definitely could be coming in for you. You have the Nine of Pentacles twice here. Nine of Pentacles can be a card of independence. I always say Nine of Pentacles does not say you're single. I know a lot of people read it as a card of being single. It can be a clue that you're single, but it doesn't mean that you're single. It could say that you're in a relationship with a person where you're both just independent. You just both can do your own thing. Those are probably the best relationships to be in, when you don't need each other, right? You want each other, you want to be with each other, but you don't need the other person. And I kind of get that for you here, where you could be, maybe you're very independent and you're attracting a person who's also very independent, and sometimes it just works. I also feel this is saying if you're committing to the whole grass is greener on the other side thing, if you're committed to it, you will be successful. Empress is a card of abundance. It's like you're creating your own abundance. With the Strength card, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like you need to stay very focused at this time. A lot of people have had the Seven of Cups this week. And I always say there are like some good things in the Seven of Cups. There are some bad things in the Seven of Cups. And it just says you will get what you focus on. And I feel like that's what is most important here, right? I know this is boring, is what I'd say to you. But I really feel like a pros and cons list would be very good, especially for those of you that are Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, that are trying to make a decision between two things, where maybe one thing looks better than the other. Could be two jobs, two people, two businesses, two spiritual beliefs, could be anything, right? I feel like you need to say, like, analyze the situation. Boring, right? And probably boring for you too, but I feel like you need to analyze the situation and say, okay, like this side looks like this, right or left. This side looks like this. It's like, which one really fits in with my life? Which one looks better? So some of you could be doing that, especially with that Seven of Cups. For others, for a lot of you, I really feel like this is, but it's kind of confusing because I feel energetically the more important thing here is having the experience. It's like Seven of Pentacles says you've already experienced the ins and the outs of a situation. And so I feel like that Seven of Cups is kind of saying there's like this new situation that is the Nine of Pentacles for you, and you have to experience it. Kind of weird. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. So definitely could be a love offer coming in for you here. But I just feel that really the Page of Cups is a dream. Again, you start and you end. How crazy is that? You start and you end with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups right here. I feel like that Ace of Wands is like your new dream. Again, Page of Cups, he is dreaming. He is imagining that fish that is in that cup. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. He has to create it. And, everything in your reading, as long as I've been babbling on here, everything you're reading to me is pushing you towards that Ace of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like they're kind of the same, because the Ace of Wands is something new that's inspiring. And you have all these cards that are kind of like saying the new thing is the right thing. Ten of Pentacles, Emperor, Empress, the Justice card, probably more balance in a new situation. So, and the Nine of Pentacles, by the way, Nine of Pentacles is a card of newness as well. Literally saying, like, there's a new opportunity available for you. So I kind of feel weird about this reading, honestly, Sagittarius. And, I'm like, just, if I were to like suck it all into my brain and try to process it intuitively, I feel like it's saying don't settle. After saying everything that I just said, I feel like it's saying that you are in a situation that's Seven of Pentacles, where maybe you're settling. Could be love, could be business, could be anything. And I feel like there's a better situation that's much more abundant, much more balanced. And that's what I would be moving towards. So never settle, Sagittarius, is what I'm going to say to you. I love this, actually. I kind of like where this is going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.